In federal prison, I would spend hours walking around that dusty dirt track with my friend Michael Santos, and we would talk about life after prison. I'm writing this book, this blog. Will I be able to follow through on all of these commitments that I have made to my family, to my community, to my victims, that I would find a way to pay them back? In prison, sort of like college, it's easy to lay out a vision of what's going to happen when you leave, and then you get there and you're like, it's somewhat different than I had expected. While walking that track, Michael said it's daily, it's incremental, hold yourself accountable, follow through. Today's June 3rd, 2025, and one of the biggest days of my life was June 3rd, 2009. I'd been in the halfway house for a couple of weeks, and I had just gotten my first 4-hour pass, and I wasn't thinking about going to have sex or eating or going to the movie or wasting time. I had to follow through on the commitments that I had made to my family. So I called my mom, and she came to the halfway house. I didn't yet have permission to drive, and I said, Mom, bring the suit that I was sentenced to prison in, because I think when I go to work, I should look like an executive. She brings the suit. It's like 5 sizes too big because I got fitter in federal prison. The suit is huge. Later I tried to get it tailored. The cleaner said, just throw it in the trash. It's too late. So I have this suit on. I look weird. And I said, Mom, let's go to downtown Los Angeles. We drive to downtown, and I'm nervous, thinking this is all I talked about in prison: building, preparing, helping people, following through. And now it's actually here. I kind of wish I was back. It's easier to talk about it than do it. I can't believe it's about to happen. Mom, slow down. There's traffic. It's fine. Maybe I shouldn't do this today. No, no, no. She said, we're going. It took me 45 minutes to get here. I'm going to wait here in downtown Los Angeles for 2 hours while you do whatever it is you're going to do. Make sure you're not back. We're not late to the halfway house. I don't want them sending you back to prison. I don't want to visit you in prison again. Got it, Mom. Thanks you. So she drops me off in downtown. I have a bag of books, 20 copies of Lessons from Prison, and I start cold walking into law offices with my first pass. The first lawyer threw me out. You're not invited. Get out. People look at me weird because they know I'm there to solicit. I have a huge suit on. I'm totally out of place. I'm uncomfortable. I'm nervous. But as I got thrown out of that first office, I thought, you know what, I'm trying. Michael would be proud of me. I can't wait to tell him how bad my messaging is today and how many lawyers threw me out. One lawyer, however, did shake my hand, Mark Worksman. Shook my hand, took the book, said, I'm going to call you tomorrow. He did. He said, send me 10 copies of the book. I did, and he's given it to many of his clients over the years. My point is, it's one thing to say you're going to do something in prison. It's another thing when you're home to follow through on these commitments, as hard as it is, as embarrassing as it could be. If your highest value is making amends and letting this experience become an asset, and not just telling the judge, I'm sorry, I'm going to make my victims whole, but building a business and having a plan to make them whole. June 3rd, 2009 was an essential day in my life. And I think about it. I'll think about this day every day until I die. Just try.